My mom told me something really nice. She's like, love can never spoil a child. And I love wearing bangles as well. So for me, jewelry, just I feel incomplete without wearing jewelry. Like I'll never go somewhere if I don't have like jewelry on. Limiting sugar.
Oh, you're off sugar?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, I love meetha. But I think that's the one thing that is really, really important to do. I used to remember phone numbers. I never had a cell phone. So all those things are very, very different. I used to make collect calls to my father when he was traveling abroad. So all those things, but at the same time, I had a cell phone when I was 16 years old.
Ever a thought where someone does not agree with your fashion statement?
I never dress for other people. I always dress for myself.
Joining me in a conversation is none other than Sonam Kapoor. Hi. So nice to have you.
Hi, Aina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I have to start off by asking, you're in your 9th month.
Yeah.
And sort of still hustling and getting so much work done. We saw last week you were out there promoting another brand. Now we are here again.
Yeah.
What's keeping you going?
I think the brands that I signed up for like kind of embrace me in every phase of my life. And I think Zoya is one of those brands. And that's the whole point of this campaign, right? To embrace a woman at every point in her life, no matter who she is and where she is, and to, kind of embrace her in every phase and every mood.
Now that this is your second run with Motherhood,
Yes.
I have to ask, do you feel like, you went wrong first time around somewhere as a parent, which you feel you wouldn't do it
Again?
I
think as a mother or as a father, you always second guess yourself. But I know as parents, we always try to do our very, very best. I'm sure I made tons of mistakes, and I hope I don't make those mistakes again. But you live and learn. I think it's just the way it is. So so let's see.
Probably one.
I'm sure I'm going to make mistakes again as well. No, you just make it. You don't know because you're always doing your best, right? You're always trying to do your best. And yeah.
No, awesome. But something that, you have learned as a parent, usually we go like, Mom, I don't want to do this. Dad, I don't want to do this. We kind
My
of
son is like
argue.
3, so he's not in that phase where he's like, arguing with me or anything. The more I think, my mom told me something really nice. She's like, love can never spoil a child. So the more love you give and the more you embrace the child and in all their, in whoever they are, and let them be themselves, it can never go wrong.
No, but what I meant is, have you now realized that after being a parent, now I understood why my mom and dad are saying what they're saying?
I just feel like, my parents did a great job, I think, by giving me a lot of love and I think giving me a lot of confidence. And the one thing my father and my mother taught me was to be kind to everybody. And they told me that nobody is better than me in terms of like never treat somebody like they're beneath me. And I think that's something that I hope to teach my children as well.
Awesome. Tell me something like one accessory that you feel like till date that if I don't wear it, my look is incomplete. There's always that one thing.
I like wearing earrings.
Same, I agree.
I think as Indian girls, we love wearing like earrings all the time. And I love wearing bangles as well. So for me, jewelry, just I feel incomplete without wearing jewelry. Like I'll never go somewhere if I don't have like jewelry on.
Yeah.
And I think that's something like, you have like, even when you get married, your mother-in-law will say ki kuch, bangles nahi pehne, kaan ke nahi pehne, or your mother says it or your grandmother says it. And I think that's just inherent to us as Indians.
Yeah, it's a very Indian thing.
Yeah.
I agree. But do you still have like 3 things in terms of beauty or in terms of fashion that you follow and you started off with it, but it's been years now and you even follow it?
Drinking lots of water.
Yeah.
Limiting sugar.
Oh, you're off sugar?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not, I love meetha. But, I think that's the one thing that is really, really important to do. Drink a lot of water, limit sugar, and just be yourself and embrace who you are.
Awesome. Tell me, from all your films, if you look back now, what is that one film where you felt like you had the most iconic looks that you don't?
Well, I would say Aisha.
Yeah.
Um, but I also loved I loved Prem Ratan Dhan Payo. I loved because Anamika did those clothes for me, and I just feel like that was beautiful, beautifully done.
Is there something more about today's generation and the kids that you're sort of realizing and you're kind of shocked with how fast they're learning or how fast they're grasping or an
So
instant.
they say this thing about millennials. I'm a millennial. That we were born in the time of analog, and then we were the ones who were the first people to go into digital and social media and the internet, like in terms of like everything, right? Like we had we weren't only streaming all the time over there. We were recording music from like the radio, and now we can just stream music, and so we had it both. We understood both.
Yeah.
We could like message. Our messaging was not. We I used to remember phone numbers. I never had a cell phone, so all those things are very, very different. I used to make collect calls to my father when he was traveling abroad. So all those things, but at the same time, I had a cell phone when I was 16 years old. So there's both those things I've lived in both those lives. And yeah, so life has changed. And I think, appreciating and being like slow paced is something, and being patient is something my generation knows. And I think that's very, very important. I hope to teach that to my child.
I also have to ask you, when you're at home, do you have a certain ritual you follow? Because I remember during Thank You for Coming, we were at your place and, you came down to say hi. But you still looked so well kept and like so beautiful at that
Without hair and
time,
makeup?
without hair and makeup. So, as a woman, what sort of like, beauty struggles have you had?
Not now, but when I was younger, obviously I went through a lot of hormonal changes, etc. But I realized that having a healthy lifestyle, being disciplined, kind of gives you longevity, like sleeping on time, not drinking alcohol, making sure that I don't have sugar. I do a lot of movement, so I exercise. I've been exercising till like last week. Today I was too tired to exercise. This week I've been too tired to exercise, but doing Pilates, weight training, dancing, walking. Just doing movement is very important, and being happy and healthy.
There's something very interesting also that you've said, unintentionally, intentionally. Is recently we've seen your baby bump looks. What do you have to say? Is this when you sort of are wearing an outfit and you're putting it out there on Instagram? Is there a thought that, oh, I'm setting a trend and I want to do that? Because even in baby showers, we've probably seen women covering her stomach, but to see you, show it, was it intentional?
No, I think it was just about being, like I said, being comfortable in who I am and just wearing things that make me feel beautiful.
Is there ever a thought where someone does not agree with your fashion statement that, okay, I think I really put an effort for this look and I don't know why is it not received the way
I never dress for other people. I always dress for myself. So I think other people's opinions should not matter to any woman. I think, that's unfortunately, as women, we put a lot of weight onto what other people think. And that's so bad for your self confidence, for your mental health. It's important to be comfortable in your skin, to be comfortable in who you are. And I love the fact that Zoya as a brand celebrates that. So as soon as you go down that road, there's no end to it. You're only looking for like outside validation. The validation should come from within you. You need to embrace who you are.
did it take you a while to reach that journey?
I think that journey is always something that comes with upbringing. Your parents kind of give you that confidence, your teachers, your school that you go to, your friend circle. I also tend to choose to work with people who are like minded. And I love that fact that, when I work with a team like Zoya, they're like minded.
Awesome. Even, we've been missing you for a while. We've not seen you in a feature film. Is there something you miss about being on a film set?
For me right now, I'm very happy where I am in terms of working with the brands that I love and doing things that I do and concentrating on my family. But I'm definitely going to start, acting in films and shows and whatever comes my way, whichever is interesting to me. But for now, I'm concentrating on having a baby very soon, and bringing up my son and being and working, but working in a way where people are like-minded, want to work with me.
Tell me something about you being a mother when the first time you
Yeah.
had Vayu. Did you see a change in yourself in terms of, I never knew I could be this mom or I could be this person?
Well, 100%. I think, as a woman, you never understand how important it is to kind of embrace who you are at that moment. I think we kind of forget that. We're only looking at outward things of, is my body going to come back? Is this going to happen? But we have to be in the moment. And if you see this campaign, it's about that, being in the moment and embracing your flaws and understanding that this is what life is. And I'm so proud of it because of it.
Mm. Coming to beauty and fashion again, I want to ask you 3 products or you think you can't step out without.
I think jewelry is something that I love wearing all the time.
In beauty?
In beauty, I would say I love wearing perfume. I love perfume a lot. I always wear blush, and I always wear sunblock.
Sunblock, yeah. Extremely. And a beauty myth you think sort of you weren't aware about, but I think you've learned over time.
A beauty myth. I think every person is beautiful, and you have to embrace yourself for who you are, all flaws, etc.
Awesome. Also, for Vayu, do you have any sort of a routine or?
I mean, he's always in a routine. He has to eat food at a certain time. He needs to sleep at a certain time. This is something I've learned from my parents. It's helped my father in his longevity. It's helped me to be healthy and happy, and I feel like it'll help my son as well.
No, I think, yeah, we have the biggest example, yeah, and we've seen it, and even seeing you now looking fit and fine. I mean, touch wood, it's obviously a lot of work and years of discipline.
Yes, 100%. Discipline is the key to everything. Working hard and being disciplined.
Tell me, how do you sort of look at dividing, parenthood between you and Anand?
So we're equal parents. We spend the equal amount of time with our son, and we make sure we have our own time as well together.
That's lovely. What about, so many years have you felt like, Sonam has evolved from being this young girl to now seeing yourself after so many years? What do you think has evolved within you?
I think as women, we evolve. I think men don't evolve as we do as women because we have the capacity to change and be flexible way more. And that flexibility, that malleability, the way to kind of keep growing, keep changing, keep going, we have that in us. And I'm so grateful that I was born a woman. I don't think I would want to be any other. I always want to be a woman in every lifetime.
Absolutely. I'm sure, talking about jewelry, there has to be some piece that's probably come down to you and has an emotional value.
So my nani actually left her wedding jewelry to me.
How sweet.
And I worn it in Delhi 6 for a shoot, for like a small sequence, and so she left that to me. Also, I love, the first time I worked with Zoya, they gave me a pair of earrings and a bracelet, and I wear that a lot.
Oh, how nice. But with that, we come to an end. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Aina. Thank you. That was great. That was insightful.
It was lovely speaking to you, and we hope we get to see you more often than we do. Thank you so much.